Hello and thank you for joining me today. I'm Jan from Thinking Stamping and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in New Zealand. Now today I'm going to be talking about the ways that Stampin' Up organises its coloured card, because I think when you're beginning your stamping journey and you're looking at what colour shall I buy, it can be quite intimidating to look in the book and find that there are in fact 53 Stampin' Up colours, and apart from the basics they've all got matching inks. So you go, what will I buy? So I'm going to spend a little bit of time just talking about how the colours are organised, and then I've got some suggestions about how you might find your way into what to purchase. So getting started, these three colours are what Stampin' Up call the basic colours. So there's Whisper White, Very Vanilla, and Basic Black. And if you've watched my Getting Started Basic Equipment video, you'll know that I recommend you must have a packet of Basic White, and if you want to you can add in Very Vanilla and Basic Black. You don't necessarily have to do that in your very first order, but they are basics and you will want to have them. So, and I've also talked about the two different kinds of black ink that there are in the catalogue. So most of what I'm going to talk about today has nothing to do with these three basic colours. So of the 53 colours, those are the three. Now of the next 50 colours, 40 of them are what we call the core colours. So the core colours are the colours that you can expect to be available all of the time. Now I'm not going to say forever, because every 3 or 4 years Stampin' Up does tweak the basic colour collection, so colours might drop out, some new colours might come in, a couple of colours might switch family, but by and large the core colours are exactly that, and you can expect them to be around for a long time. And they are arranged into 4 family groups, and so I'm going to go through those 4 groups. There's the subtles, the regals, the brights, and the neutrals. So we'll start off here with the neutral collection, and the subtle collection, and as you would expect, these are all soft pastel colours. So Petal Pink, Blushing Bride, Calypso Coral, So Saffron, Soft Sea Foam, Pear Pizzazz, Mint Macaron, Pool Party, Balmy Blue, and Highland Heather. So if you're someone who favours a soft, gentle pastel look, then the Subtles collection could be a place where you start. So I'm just going to pop those over to the side, and then I'm going to show you the Regals collection, which is a favourite of mine. Now in the Regals collection you're going to find colours which are rich and earthy colours. So we've got Real Red, Cherry Cobbler, Cajun Craze, Crushed Curry, whoops, this one's a bit short, Old Olive, obviously I've used him for something, Garden Green, Shaded Spruce, oops, Rich Razzleberry, and Blackberry Bliss. And you can see if we just hold even a few of the Subtles collection up, you can see how much richer and deeper the colour is in the Regals. And then the third collection is the brights, and as the name suggests, you're going to get lots of bright, clear, strong colours in this collection. So we've got Melon Poppy Parade, Melon Mambo, Flirty Flamingo, Mango Melody, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Coastal Cabana, Bermuda Bay, Pacific Point, and Gorgeous Grape. And you can see that compared to the colours in the Regals, these are sort of cleaner and purer colours than that you get in the Regals, and much stronger than you're going to get out of the Subtles. So already you can see that you need to be thinking about what kind of colours do you like when you're thinking about what you're going to be purchasing as your first set of colours. Now the neutrals, as the name suggests, are far more neutral, although the first ones you might think are not. So there's Mary Merlot, Night of Navy, and Mossy Meadow are part of the neutrals collection. And then there's a number of sort of browns. So there's Early Espresso, Soft Suede, Crumb Cake, Sahara Sand, Smoky Slate, Grey Granite, and Basic Grey. And those colours, although they don't look terribly exciting, are in fact incredibly useful colours because they go with everything. That's why they're neutrals. So there's the neutrals. Now, that takes care of 40 of the colours plus the 3 basics. So what are the other 10 colours? Well, the other 10 colours are what we call the in-colour collections. Now, the in-colour collections are only available for 2 years. Each time when the annual catalogue comes out, there are 5 new in colours available for 2 years. So obviously they change. They're in and then they're out. So these colours are Misty Moonlight, Just Jade, Magenta Madness, Bumblebee, and Cinnamon Cider were the in colours from 2020. So they will be disappearing when the new colour catalogue comes out in May 2022, because they'll have done their 2 years, but they've been here for 2 years and then they disappear. So the in colours are a really nice way of always adding something new. And then the in colours which came in the last catalogue, in the 2021 catalogue, Fresh Freesia, Polished Pink, Pale Papaya, So Succulent, and Evening Evergreen are the colours which came in the last catalogue, and they will stay in until 2023. So that's how Stampin' Up colours are organised, and there are 2 ways that you can buy it. So if you choose to buy a single colour, what you will get is a packet of 24 pieces of the same colour, and that's one way that you can buy it. And when you've chosen colours that are your favourites, that's what you'll want to do. However, my suggestion is this: you can also buy colour assortments, family assortments. So you can buy a Subtles assortment, a Regals assortment, a Brights assortment, a Neutrals assortment, and you get 20 sheets. You get 2 of each colour in a family. And with the in colours, because there are fewer of them, you get 4 pieces, so you get 20 sheets altogether. So my suggestion would be, if you are starting out in your craft room and you're not quite sure where to start, I'd look at those 4 colour families, the Subtles, well actually 3 colour families. I'd look at the Subtles, the Brights and the Regals, and I'd go, which ones do I like the best? Which ones am I drawn to? And then what I'd do is I would choose to buy an assortment pack, so that what you will get is not 24 sheets of the same colour, but you'll get 2 sheets of everything in the family. And what you'll find is that as you're crafting, you'll know which ones you use up the first. So if you, say for instance, bought the Brights pack, and you've got 2 pieces of all of this, and you've been crafting for 2 or 3 weeks, and you reach for your card and you find, heck, I've got no Granny Apple Green, but I've still got all of the others. Then what you know is that next time you do an order, you need to get yourself a packet of Granny Apple Green, because that's one that you really, really like. I would also suggest that you get yourself a packet of the neutrals, because the neutrals, as I've said, they turn out to be really, really handy. So I'd do the same thing. I'd get an assortment pack of, so that you ended up with 2 of each of these neutrals colours. And again, you'll see which ones you're drawn to, which ones you use the most, and the ones that you use the most, that is what you buy in your next order. And that kind of helps you going, oh, I just don't know what to buy. I'm going to buy one of this, I'm going to buy one of that. There's a bit of a plan to what you're doing. Now, that leads me to the inks. So the thing about buying inks is you can buy them in colour packs. You can buy an entire pack of all of the neutrals, all of the subtles, all of the Regals and all of the Brights, there is a discount for doing so. If you buy them all 10 at once in a pack like that, it is cheaper than buying each one singly. And if your budget runs to that, then great. If you're going to buy the Subtles paper, buy the Subtles ink pack. If your budget doesn't run to that, then buy the paper pack. Have a look at what stamp sets you're buying. If you're buying florals, well, you're going to need some, you're going to need some green ink to do leaves. You're going to need some yellow ink to do the flower centres, and you need some nice flowery colours, so maybe some pinks or purples or reds. So have a look at what colours will suit the stamps you're going to buy, so that unless you're going to buy them all. And then as time goes by, you'll find, oh, I'm tired of using all the Brights now, so maybe I'll try some Subtles, and then do the same thing. Start off with a mixed assortment pack, see which colours you're drawn to, and then order full packets of paper from that. The only other thing I'm going to mention very briefly in this video is patterned paper, because some of you will be drawn to packets of patterned paper. Now, all of your stamping projects are going to look better with coordination. So if you're going to buy a pack of patterned paper, have a look in the catalogue, and you will see that, where's the pack that I've just bought? This pack here, this one here. In the print here, underneath the description of the paper, it will tell you what planes coordinate with it. So if you were going to buy that set of paper, it says here that it coordinates with Cajun Craze, Cinnamon Cider, Evening Evergreen, Garden Green, Grey Granite, Just Jade. You don't necessarily have to have them all, but you would need to have some of them to make the most out of your paper. So if you're going to buy DSP or Designer Series paper, have a look in the catalogue, see what colours it coordinates with, because you just might need to buy a bit more paper than you were expecting, especially if, say, you've chosen to buy the Subtles pack, and then you want to buy this paper. You might go, oh, well, perhaps I need to get some Just Jade, or perhaps I need to get some Cinnamon Cider. And since both of those were part of an in-colour collection, you could buy an assorted pack of the in-colour collection. So just have a look and see what advice the catalogue gives you about papers, about plain papers that coordinate with the Designer Series paper. Okay, well, I hope that's helped you make some sense out of how you might go about thinking about choosing your first card and your first ink. If you haven't already and you're looking at setting up your craft room, have a look for my basic equipment video, because that gives you the bare bones of minimum equipment that you need to set up your craft room. I hope you found today's video helpful. I do have more information on my blog and on my Facebook page, the details of which will come up on the end card. And if you live in New Zealand, there are also links to my online stores in those places if you would like to shop with me.